This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports, from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it. Like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. Here's Eric, John, Chris, and the coach.
Wake and Rake, dude. Welcome to week 13. We're in the home stretch. We got some excellent football games on deck today. And 6 of these games, both of the teams are coming in with winning records. We've had weeks of 0-1 games like that. So 6 is a lot. We got a fun show in store this morning. As always, friends stopping by. Summer here already. We're going to kick around some ideas and then win all our fantasy matchups and our wagers. Sound good? Sounds good. Will's here from the GameOn.locals.com podcast. How you doing, Will?
Good morning, gentlemen. Doing great. Ready to wake and rake.
And our man in Florida, Elio, is here. A nice surprise. I didn't know you were coming. Welcome. Good morning. How you doing?
Good, guys. Good. We have awakened, and it's time to go raking. So let's get busy.
I'm happy to see you punching that open invitation week after week.
Thank you, buddy.
And Angela is here. How you doing, Angela? I like the hat, even though it has a Vikings logo on it.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to be awake so that I can rake. It'll be great. Good morning, boys.
You only need to wake. We don't need to be all the way awake. You know,
okay.
You could listen later, right before kickoff, and get all the stuff you missed.
Yeah.
See, let's run through some key injuries quickly. Who's playing, who's likely not. Najee is off the injury report entirely. Jalen Warren is questionable. Jamar Chase, good to go. There is pessimism that Joe Mixon is going to be able to play. Debo has a quad injury, but he got limited practices in Wednesday and Friday. He plans to play. Justin Fields, full practice on Friday. All of a sudden, he's totally good to go other than a sprained non-throwing shoulder. Dolphins left tackle Teron Armstead is doubtful. He got in a limited practice on Friday. Daniel Bellinger, he got poked in the eye to the point where it broke his orbital bone, went to the hospital. It was like week 5 or 6. He is questionable. He might actually play. 49ers running back Elijah Mitchell did not practice all week. He's out. It's CMC, Jordan Mason, and that Tyron Price kid. They're going to randomly rotate in. Cam Akers not listed on the injury report. He had an illness. Brandon Cooks out with a calf, but that could just be a bad attitude being called a calf. Things are not great between him and the Texans. Danico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons missed practice all week in that Titans front 7. Other than the limited session for Jeffrey Simmons on Friday, that's significant considering they're going against Philadelphia. And then Tampa Bay, Antoine Winfield, probably not going to play, but on the other side, Marshawn Lattimore likely is. Will, Lattimore coming back probably just to face Mike Evans. Is that the most heated one-on-one rivalry in the league? Those guys hate each other.
Yeah. Who gets thrown out first or both? And what before halftime? I mean, yeah, those guys going at it's always fun.
Marshawn Lattimore gets under Evans' skin so bad. I mean, he has his number. He gets on him so bad. I think those are the two dudes that they go out to a bar, they'll start out as friends, and definitely there's hands being thrown at the end of the night after all the drinks.
And then they'll be friends again having a beer when it finishes.
Heavy Steps is here, one of our regulars. Good morning. He says he's baking. Are we waking and raking and bacon? I need to know what he... Oh, I like this guy. I get... Good morning, Heather. She's waking, not raking, but cooking. And we're going to need to know what. Is there some sausage gravy going on? Are there waffles?
Please be gravy.
Bacon. What kind of proteins we got? We got eggs, but what other proteins we got? I think there's some other ones.
Good morning, Facebook user. If you click on the link, we'll be able to see your name.
Yep. I feel like that's
who that is.
I feel like that's Casey Budge. We got a little rodeo guy. We got a little cowboy hat on the guy.
Probably.
That could be my pops.
Oh, that could be Skip. Heavy Steps. They're both in Evansville? Tell you what, we might have to get an HQ down there in Indiana as well. Don't let Fields playing fool you, Heavy Step says. Don't know how much running he'll be doing. I'm wondering how much throwing he'll be doing. It's his non-throwing shoulder. And like he says, don't know how much, because that's going to hurt more, taking hits, running the ball. Maybe he decides to throw it around a little bit. Jair Alexander has not been himself this year. He's been getting cooked on a weekly basis. I don't know
what's
up
catch
with
him,
that.
though. You got to catch him.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I feel like Fields is one of those guys you have to see in real life to understand how fast he is. You see him on the screen just sort of hit the turbo jets and go past people. Him and Tyreek Hill, it's inhuman how fast they are.
Oh God, Elio, what's your fastest guy you've seen live?
Live?
Yeah,
you want to talk about football or just overall?
football. Yeah, on the football field when they got the ball, where you were like, "Holy!"
Fastest I've ever seen live was at a baseball game was Ricky Henderson back in the day.
Wow. Yes.
But
So
football, I think, when did it's hard to see, man, because I've seen a lot more Dolphins game than Giants games because they were a whole lot easier when I moved down to Florida.
Sure.
It would have to be. I can't really think, man. Who was the? Not the top of my head, man. I can't think. I was probably too drunk for all those games. So.
Total honesty. I love
I'll
it.
be honest. I think for me, I saw Tyreek Hill in Norman, Oklahoma on the punt return in Norman, Oklahoma. The very first time I even ever heard Tyreek Hill's name when he was at Oklahoma State, and it was at Bedlam in Norman. I can't remember, maybe 7 years ago or so. I ended up getting a tattoo of OU on my shoulder. I had to wear it for 2 years, and I got it covered with that big blue koi. Underneath that blue koi is
awesome.
an OU tattoo that was sponsored by the Norman Transcript newspaper, Blue Koi Tattoo in Norman, Oklahoma. A big bet me and Brett McDaniels, an artist in Norman, Oklahoma, had made. He was going to have to get an Oklahoma State one. I'd have to get an OU one.
Oh, man.
Funny.
It was so 2 years. Sorry, that 2 years was before that game was the bet, and this game, Oklahoma State won. I got to cover it up finally. I had to wear that some fucking thing for 2 years before Oklahoma State won a game and I could get it covered up, and it was all because of Tyreek Hill. And I was sitting up on the second row from the field, so right up front on the 40, and I watched Tyreek Hill field that punt, and I've never witnessed speed like that in my life.
Wow.
It was insane how fast that guy went from one side of the field to the other. You could have rubbed your eye and it was over. Man, it was. I've never seen anything like it.
Who do you think is faster, him or Waddle? Because there have to be top two in the league. Jalen Waddle is also very fast.
I think Jalen Waddle might be faster with padded up in a game time environment, but maybe just line up in shorts and no shirt. I think Tyreek beats him. I don't know that though, but Tyreek's fast.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't know if it's because Washington State sucks so bad when I was there, but I saw DeAnthony Thomas live, and that guy is quick.
Yeah.
To see Randy Moss, he's pretty fast too. I gotta say, just saying.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
He's still fast.
Yeah.
Heather's asking about Debo and Ayuk. I'm seeing here last night Debo was listed as a game time decision with a quad. Brandon Ayuk's been pretty good, but
I hate that. I hate when teams do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
And that's a late game too.
4 o'clock.
So,
There's a hard pivot. There's no. Well, your pivot is right there. You're gonna start Debo or Ayuk probably.
Yeah.
You're not gonna start both of them today probably.
Yeah, I think you leave that roster spot available for one of the two, and then depending on the injury report or what they say before the game, how Debo's feeling, I think you would go Debo if he's also. Sorry, now that got me off track. Heather is making cinnamon vanilla waffles with maple bacon and eggs, not just
Shut the front door.
Why would you have regular bacon when you can have maple bacon?
That's right.
Winning.
Wow.
Man, that's high end bacon. Get some.
That's high end bacon.
Tell you what, like a maple sausage. Why would you have a regular? It's like, why would you eat silly Pop Tarts when toaster strudels exist? You know,
That's true. Yes.
How do Pop Tarts still exist right now? Toaster strudels are 9 times better. Same price, same process. I don't get it at all. Is it the putting on the frosting that's too hard? Is that what's keeping Pop Tarts alive? They put the frosting on for you. Subpar frosting on a Pop Tart too.
Right.
Anyway.
Hey, Hill is twitchy heavy. I was gonna call it shifty, snaky. The guy just kind of wiggles around, but he's so fast. Yeah, he's hard. Oh, yeah. Chris Johnson was fast. Chris Johnson was super fast.
Yeah. He could just about teleport. Even towards the end, what was he down in Arizona? He was still fast down there. He had a couple decent games. But man, in Tennessee, when he ran for 2,000 yards, That was dominant. That was like the years Marshall Falk just took over the league, or LaDainian Tomlinson.
You know who was fast too, and he's actually going to get a nice coaching job? Deion Sanders.
Yeah, moving over
Easy.
to
Colorado.
Colorado.
It's a good gig for him. It's a good gig for Colorado, actually. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a huge get for Colorado. They'll sell some.
Oh, they got to sell tickets, and his recruiting, man. Look what he did in a D2, D3 school.
His recruiting, his NIL, like all the places he's got hands in, is ridiculous. He's probably going to get a pretty good team. He's not going to lose. He didn't go there to lose.
Nope,
that's not who he is.
He's been working with Barstool in a limited fashion. He gets on their podcast every once in a while. I think he's associated with them business. So that opens up all kinds of all the cool college players like Barstool. God, I tried to read one of their blogs again yesterday. I hate it. You get a cool headline and you're like, wow, that's a super interesting topic. And you open it and a fucking fifth grader wrote it. It's infuriating. Dave,
why is
subcontract some shit. Send me a topic. I'll give you 750 spelled correctly words, all in the right position. Jesus Christ.
Give them a sample of what you just put up last night. Anyway. Right? So you can see that.
So I'm seeing people pissed off that Heavy Step says Colorado going to have a Lincoln Riley type field day in the transfer portal. Yeah. So who doesn't want to play for Deion?
He's got to get these kids NIL deals, and NIL deals. You know what I'm saying? Because
he's going to. Him and Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
Portnoy. How do you say his name?
Portnoy.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
Portnoy.
Yeah, they're going to get you paid.
Yep.
I'm seeing some people on the Twitters pissed off that he's leaving a small school. He said he was going to put the small schools on the map and et cetera. And now he's gutting the team and taking off for Colorado.
He did put the
all of you people would do the exact same thing.
Yeah. He needs to move on now. I mean, welcome to capitalism, man. Best fucking economy in the world. So
yeah,
we should give him a medal for spreading the love, doing it everywhere, just like Santa Claus.
Dan Hawkins.
Why shouldn't he share himself everywhere?
Dan Hawkins gave us our last great soundbite from Colorado, right? Deion's going to provide us. He's going to come out and save us. He's going to have some good ones, I bet you.
Yep. Definitely. Colorado still has a small NIL deal pool. He's got to address that first. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he's doing that today.
Yeah. I'm sure he told these Jackson State kids he's taking with him, I'm sure he promised them money. As well as the ability to play at a school that
I saw an article saying that Deion, one of the things that he's gonna have to do is give back about $300,000 in salary, and they're acting like this was a huge deal. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
Colorado's paying that. He's not paying that. Colorado's gonna pay that buyout.
Yeah, of course. And the crazy thing is that with all that being said, he's probably gonna have all these other side stuff, like it's a radio show, TV show. They're throwing everything at him to bring him on. You know what I mean? So
they're going to throw one bakery and make that money back with like the weed brownies and cookies that they have up there. You know?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was open safe, man. I forgot. Yeah, all those weed dispensaries and lounges, what they call now, where everybody goes watching games. They got to be super packed. So.
Oh yeah.
They're rolling in the tax dollars out there. I remember Colorado was one of the first ones to legalize it. And I remember seeing a lot of news stories about homeless population and people just moving out there with literally no plan other than, bro, I can go to the pharmacy and, living outside, and all of a sudden apartments are 3 times what they're supposed to be. But I'm sure that all shook out by now. Water finds its level. Hey, NFL. Should we talk about NFL? Jets at Vikings. Angela, what do you think? I think the Jets are going to beat the Vikings today. Do you think that's just an emotional position that I have?
Yeah, and I think my emotional position is that they're going to win, and I don't know which of us is right, actually, at the end of the day. I really think that my team can win this week. I do.
It's a noon game.
Yeah.
Kirk likes those.
He does. That he does. Let me ask you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Like I was telling her before the show started, if they were able to throw against a New England tough defense, can they do the same against the Jets? Just go to the same formula?
Right. I don't think that it'll hurt. That's for sure. And to me, I feel like the Dallas game, I keep bringing it up because it was so horrible. And I don't know what I don't know why it was as bad as it was. It shouldn't have been. And I just keep on thinking about that's not my team. Like, that's just not my team. And every single week, I'm like, okay, We're going to keep going, keep going, keep going. The record is awesome. It speaks for themselves. A win is a win. I know you guys are like crawling about how his stats are so crappy compared to last year, but
here's everything.
The team as a whole. Yeah, it's a whole team. And that's what wins is the team as a whole. Like he's at the helm. He's getting it done. Everybody there's to support him. It's working out. The defense really could step it up a little bit, but I think they're going to win today. I really do. So there,
Going back to Dion for a second, Heavy Steps makes a great point. Leave it better than you found it. That's what he did. Sanders went to Jackson State, brought awareness to the HBCU. People shouldn't be mad at him for leaving.
No.
He'll forever be tied to that school. Like when people think of Jackson State, they're going to think of Deion Sanders and the differences he made there. All his kids go to Jackson State. Yeah. I mean, he's not leaving the place in the dust. I think this is an amicable breakup, as they say.
Yeah.
-3 seems low, it says. Feel like Vegas is begging you to take Minnesota. It does. That one and the -7 on Seattle. They just want you to take those 7 points with the Rams so bad.
I try to convince myself every week because I know how this can end as it ends every year. So, yeah, I really believe that they can win. I do.
They better. We got money.
I think O'Connell has coach of the year inside of him too. I'm just saying, like, I'll stand on top of the mountain and beat my drum. Oh yeah.
Hey, this is a big leg of our parlay, our five leg parlay. We need Minnesota to win this game.
I took that one too, man. I was juicy as hell. So
it's a juicy parlay
for that, baby.
Dude,
that's gotta go on a shirt. The juicy parlay.
It's so simple though. It's like you sit there and look at it, and you're like, how is Minnesota an equal team to the Jets, who is on a backup quarterback? Trust me, I like Mike White, I do, but like, how are they this? They're not the same. Minnesota's clearly better.
Can we put this parlay slip in? Can we make it into like a shape of a butt for a shirt, and then have a hand slapping it, going, "This is a juicy parlay."
That would be epic. Oh my god! I could buy 500 of those shirts.
That everybody's gonna be looking at Mike White because they love this kid for what. Yeah, I mean, what not to love, right? He goes out there, his back, he's slinging it. He's doing all the games he's played. It's been exciting, right?
He almost matched Zach Wilson's touchdown totals for the season in the first half.
That's correct. That's correct.
I'm going to get a cartoon of Elio and a DFS. I've got this handled now.
He said the wheels are turning.
Yeah, cartoon of Elio slapping the butt of a DFS lineup, saying that's a juicy DFS lineup.
Okay,
I'm going to get Will on a parlay. I'm going to get Eric on some player props, all slapping these butts.
Juicy prop.
Yes.
Juicy prop bet.
I love it.
Awesome.
Mike White made me some money last week, and he's going to make me some money this week. Last week he won. This week I'm counting on him to throw some interceptions. All right.
And he's going to throw it. So guess what? He's going to throw some big.
Action System has the Jets play as a 62%. You know what? Don't bring that negative energy here, Heavy Stuff. We don't need it.
We don't need that.
He wakes up in the morning to show up here and second guess you, Will. That's what he does. He was awesome on here last week. We said it yesterday too, but thanks, Heavy Steps, for coming on last week. That was awesome.
I thought it was great, man.
Great conversation. Yeah.
I love Heavy Steps.
Broncos at Ravens. Ravens -9.5 or -95. Did I miss a decimal point or not? I feel like they might cover 95. Total 39.5. So Denver just not going to score any points in this game? Is that the deal? Because I feel like the Ravens could. Well, here's the thing about the Broncos defense. I think they're giving up. They've been giving up points lately. And I think they're just done. They don't believe in Russ. They don't believe they're going anywhere, and they're sick of putting their bodies on the line to lose 17-13.
Let's ride.
Oh, Heather she could probably design those shirts. Yay!
Oh my god, that would be
a
team effort. All the good stuff.
And she do that woman's amazing.
Yeah. She provides
wild cooking cinnamon vanilla waffles and maple bacon.
Yep.
I mean, the only
waffles got parlays and waffles.
You do need a badge on the YouTube VIP channel status. Yeah, I think I can do that actually.
Ooh,
you can make him a mod.
Can I?
Mm-hmm. I think you just right click.
You got to right click.
Then you can kick people out of the YouTube chat if they get too annoying.
Aggressive.
Careful. He might kick you out, Will, if you start
Too
talking
liberal.
about Tom
I know
Brady
he
too
might.
much.
Yeah, you keep bringing up the Pats, bro.
The Pats are done. I'm done with. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Season's over. We're turning that
Yeah.
Turn the sign off.
off. They suck.
He's serious.
Turn out the lights.
She just got real. I'm just saying.
Party is over.
What
The
about
only
his Brady stuff? You still got Brady going back
Oh,
there? What's
God,
going
I
on?
always got
can't
Brady.
see.
That was BS. That's not gonna happen, right?
Okay.
Happen. He's
Right.
not gonna come back. He's gonna come back. He's not gonna come back to New England.
No. That story's so silly. Listen, I'm still standing by it. I think he's obviously coming back. He's not going back to the Bucks. One, it would cost the Bucks too much money, and that team it's not going to be Super Bowl caliber next year. I'm still standing by. He's going to San Francisco. He grew up there. Wow. He always wants to play for them, and that team is a quarterback away.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the
Doesn't have
difference.
some-
Patriots.
That would be huge. I mean, that's
Garoppolo already said.
Neck.
Yeah,
Do
Garoppolo already
whatever
said
he
he's not
wants.
going back to San Francisco. This is his last year, and they have Trey Lance. You telling me that depending on how they do this year, I mean, if they win the Super Bowl, maybe that's different. But if they get there or get close, you're telling me they're not going to look and say, 1 year, Tom Brady, this team's ready to win now. I mean,
yeah, they've done it before. You know, they get close or they get to a Super Bowl and lose, and they just spend the money and make the trades the next year. I mean, mortgaging the future for Trey Lance. Yikes.
You know what's crazy? Now that you mentioned Trey Lance, they could have had Justin Field for a lot less and not sacrifice picks. And that would be a better fit for that team, 100% more than Trey Lance right now. Imagine Fields in that squad.
Yeah,
and
with Shanahan.
They could have just waited and drafted him. So instead of
what's funny? You know what's funny about Heavy Steps thing here is I actually have to start betting against New England because I bet their season.
Part of your program?
I bet their season win total over 8.5. And looking at their schedule, it's not it's going to be a stretch. I need Buffalo to basically sit all their players week 18 to get that over.
I don't know if they'll be running away with it.
Buffalo do that because it's got to be competing, I think, with the Dolphins all the way through the end, man.
I know.
Yeah, there's going to be some division races that really come down to it. It's going to be an exciting finish to the season. This week is going to have a lot of bearing on it. We have a sort of might as well be a playoff game between the Commodores and the Giants. Commodores -2, total of 40.5. Why doesn't Terry McLaurin just have a zillion yards in this game?
Like, you know, as a Giants fan, resident Giants fan in the room here, man, it's like we need to get back on the winning column and it's time to snap that BS from Tyler Heineke magic over here. He's reminding me of freaking Fitzpatrick. You know what I mean? It's me right now, you know, taking over a team and winning, right? You know, as a backup quarterback. So it's time to stop this nonsense and hopefully get back to basics. It's just, I think, again, we, as a Giants fan coming into this year, this is like way overachieving. You know what I mean? Having 7 wins this early, having a 500. And I think reality's sinking in. Everybody's figuring out the offense, Saquon Barkley, you know, and force Danny to throw and make some mistakes, but we don't have enough firepower. But we should be able to beat the fucking Commanders. I mean, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this team can't even decide on a name. You can beat them at home, right?
You want to know the weirdest? There's 2 weird things about this game. The first one is the Commanders play the Giants today. They go on bye, then they play the Giants again. So they're basically playing the Giants back to back. Yeah, that's weird. And then this season, I heard a stat. I can't remember the exact. It's high. It's a good win percentage ATS. But this year, I know for sure, it's 6-0. So teams that are playing a divisional opponent before their bye week are 6-0 against the spread.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey guys, let me do some quick housekeeping really quick. If you're listening on YouTube or Facebook, hit that like button. It helps us out a bunch. Comment, subscribe. Also, if you're listening right now over at Rumble, you can jump in the chat. It doesn't integrate with StreamYard, but Will is monitoring it. I'm monitoring it. We'll be watching for it. So if you guys want to talk about anything specific over there, we'll jump into it.
Come on.
Elio, tell us where kind of what you do and where you're from.
Again, the Average Joe Sports Talk podcast. You can find me on Twitter and check out the bios for my link tree. You'll check out all the platforms, my YouTube channel, all my iTunes, whatever you could find, Spotify, wherever you can find it, where you can listen to me. I record and I'm starting to do some live shows pretty shortly here soon. So
nice.
That's exciting.
So
I listen on Spotify.
How about you, Will? Me too. How about you, Will?
What Oh, where to
You
find
shout
me?
all your stuff out? Like kind of what's going on?
I can shout. I'm everywhere, but if you want everything all in one spot, gameon.locals.com. Gameon.locals.com. Free to join. Go check it out. I think we're 250 members strong over there. Great community. Come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. Heavy Steps is over there too. You can get more of Heavy Steps picking on me over there. And
you can also get Heavy Steps MLB bets all like during the dry desert season.
Yep.
When you're itching, you're dirty, you're trying to look for that oasis. Will does provide that off-season oasis. You can get your D-Gin on all year long. It's legit. How about you, Angela? Kind of what do you got going on? You got some new stuff maybe happening today.
Maybe. I, along with joining you fine fellows, am starting. Actually, it's been started. We've been recording, and we'll start dropping episodes of the Fan Bus and the Fan Bus. Make sure we get that part right.
Why is that?
Well, I found out while I was trying to book guests on the Fan Bus that there is a
Yes.
Oh, you know about this. There is something called
Miami,
Fan
bro.
Bus. There's something called Fan Bus, and that's a little bit pornographic. So on my show, it's the Fan Bus. We talk about fan-centric topics, the ins and outs of being a fan, all the nuances and fun stuff. Everybody's fully clothed, though. Nothing pornographic. Although you never know. We'll just see.
Yeah, I mean, there's episodes to be made.
Sometimes I just gotta take my clothes. I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
It's mostly a summertime recording thing, but
not in the winter.
The window fan only does so much.
Well, that's how we found out, and that was hilarious. I laughed my ass off for a long time about that. So,
Eric the Entertainer, how about us? What about our stuff?
We're at patriotsportsnow.com, the greatest website of all time. There you can find our blogs, our forum, our podcasts, live streams. Are there links to the live streams on the website?
No. I don't know.
Everything else you can find there. We got we got Jordan over there giving us the breadwinners and bed shitters article every week. I love that. That gives you a nice rundown of who did well, who did terribly that week, and why. Sort of, can you expect them to continue to do well or terrible, or are they going to turn it around? Jordan is so knowledgeable.
Jordan's awesome. I picked him. He's so great. I wanted him after recording my episodes that I have so far. I'm like, Jordan needs to be my first episode dropped for sure. He's amazing.
Yeah, we tried to compete with him on a fantasy football trivia show, and it did not go well for us. Heavy Steps wants to know if we have a basketball guy.
John is the closest thing to our basketball guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's really good about it too. He's really practical.
We're not sure about his betting yet, though.
We'll find out.
So we'll get this all figured out. Is it Will a betting? Don't you bet basketball, Will? You're an NBA guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I do. I dabble in it. I love the first quarter bets.
How about you, Elio?
I don't bet much on basketball, man. I'm a big basketball fan. I follow. I break it down. I comment hard and do episodes on during the year, put more breakdowns and analysis and stuff like that. But I just never got into the betting. I'm a very simple guy, man. I need
we'll get it.
I need like the football. Football is a lot more simpler, bro. You know what I mean? There's
okay.
A lot of stuff
it's a complexity thing, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta start. Now I gotta read up on stuff again.
And while we're finishing up the house cleaning, if you're in the chat and you see like Heather, or who we call Heather, she's at literally Heather on Twitter. Shouse in the House podcast. She's a political podcast. Great content. An extension kind of what Patriot Sports Radio is. On that on the political side, though, she puts out. Oh gosh,
is it everything yesterday? This morning,
everything yesterday.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
which is
the best.
A 15 to 20 minute morning podcast. She does the news in the morning. So on your way to work, you can click on that 15-20 minutes. She just breaks it down. Everything going on in the news right now. Phenomenal.
Her Twitter handle again?
Huh?
What's her Twitter handle again? Let me go look her up.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
At Shouse in the House.
No. Literally Heather. She's literally Heather. Oh, maybe she is at Shouse in the House 34.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, okay, I'll share it.
Yeah, go ahead and share it with me.
Yep.
Let me send it to me later on.
Jump on my Twitter and I'll retweet her.
Yeah, it's just 15 minutes of solid news, no Kardashian bullshit, the actual stuff that's happening in the world that might affect you as a citizen.
Don't break that name up, man. All right, now you got me going.
All right, let's change the topic. Best game of the day, Titans at Eagles. Eagles -4, total 44. I worked out a theory yesterday that this is the game that they're going to put a ref in there and tell them to let this game get up there in the score. Let's have an exciting game here so that people don't try to find Browns at Texans, which is happening at the same time. We don't want anybody thinking or talking about that game. What we need is Jalen Hurts to throw 4 touchdowns and overtake the conversation.
And rush for 100 yards, too. Do it all. You know what I mean?
That wouldn't be bad.
Do it all.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, he put 150 on the Packers in the first quarter last week. So I suppose he could, or 150 total, but 100 in the first quarter.
He was just running wild.
Man.
No pun intended. You know what I mean?
I was having flashbacks of Michael Vick in 94 or whatever, Colin Kaepernick when he set the playoff record. I mean, we've had some really rough ones against running quarterbacks. And all the players who were here then aren't here now. So it's some sort of institutional problem that we have. 10-1 Eagles. What do you think? Well, are they gonna beat the Titans in Philadelphia? I'm trying to find the most recent information. We took the Eagles in our contest.
Eagles, yeah.
The Eagles are my favorite pick of the week. Also, we just for the parlay need points, so we just want to see scoring. Yep. Everyone just get in the end zone.
Yeah,
you get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
It's our Oprah game.
Full Oprah.
I have a feeling Devontae Smith and both AJ are gonna eat.
Exactly what I said yesterday. Yep.
Both are gonna eat. I think you might see 2 100+ yard receiving games. A touchdown each, 2 and 1, maybe. Hey, who knows? Let's go crazy. You said 4 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts needs to throw 4, right? Maybe 2 and 2. I think it'll be one of those that you can't throw against Tennessee. All right, so.
Yeah, just to clarify, Heather is at Shouse34. See, I just type the SHO and then it pops up. So I never really have to type the whole thing. Jaguars at Lions. What do you think about this one, Angela? Lions -1, favored to win in a game that the total is posted at 51.5. So it's just going to be a big shootout with Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff coming out on top. Jamison Williams, their first round pick who has not played yet, has been activated and is allegedly going to play today. Exciting stuff. You think that's enough for your Lions?
I think, they're not my Lions. They're somebody's Lions, and I cheer for them this year. But I was really shocked. Like when I was actually there, I was there for the Thanksgiving game. You guys know that. But they have a lot of grit, and to watch them on the field, and they have a crazy fan base. Are they at home today or no?
Mm-hmm.
Lions, yeah.
They are. That's going to help them a little bit. I didn't realize their fan base is super fierce. I'm just saying. So I hope they do win for Pete's sakes. I think they can do it. They'll do it.
From a daily fantasy standpoint, that's one of the games you want to target players from. You know what I mean? If you definitely want to start quarterbacks on both sides. You want to do some stacks both ways. If you're going to take Goff and Amon St. Brown, and then flip it on the other end. And go ahead and get what's his name, Christian Kirk or the running back. It's kind of the things that you want to target. There's so many points to be available and then pick some guys that you usually like, Zay Jones. You know what I mean? Because I think there's a lot of fantasy value from daily fantasy. It's one of the games I rostered a lot today. From there.
Yeah, is that the DFS gold mine for today?
That one, and no, you have also the Chiefs, and the Bengals. So Tyler Boyd kind of deals, you know what I'm saying? Those type of players. If Joe Mixon doesn't start, then Pirine is another guy that throw in there because he's going to get some points too, like he's had in the last couple of games. So it's one of those things where you kind of target that. Look, another one is you go after the Chargers game. Joshua Palmer, another great ad because that game's going to be also against the Raiders. Going to be another high end scoring game. So
10 targets last week for Palmer.
Yep, and Mike Williams is nowhere to be found, so therefore he's playing again. He's a guy that on FanDuel, and I'm talking about FanDuel, is priced relatively well. There's a lot of wide receiver value this week.
Is she here? Oh, excellent! Oh my goodness! Our collegiate correspondent is here. She's on time, even though I did not message her last night. She's so on task that she was here. Good morning, Morgan. Sorry for keeping you waiting. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. We're just running through some football games. So you back at school now?
I am.
Yep. It looks like our normal background, except I see a map. So you're decorating the place. I think that really ties the room together.
A little.
We have some games in the Northeast primarily. The Northwest, nothing going on up there unless you count the 49ers game. The Seahawks aren't playing at home. The Southwest, Seahawks at Rams is in a dome. Dolphins at 49ers in the afternoon. But let's start with the Northeast. We've got Broncos at Ravens, Commodores at Giants, Titans at Eagles, Packers at Bears, and Chiefs at Bengals, all outside at noon. How's that looking?
It's about mid-40s. Sunny, and the highest wind is going to be like 14.
Oh, that's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
No. Is it December? That's not bad for December. Now in the Southeast, we have one game in Atlanta. That's in a dome. There is a game in Tampa tomorrow night, but Tampa weather can't be forecasted this far out. They'll have 19 3-minute tropical storms between now and tomorrow.
We're out of that season already. We're good. We're out of that season.
Yeah?
Yeah, hurricane season's over.
I thought hurricane season was over. We've got the games in the Southwest, the 49ers in the afternoon. San Francisco can be foggy, cold, gross. What's it going to be like out there?
55, cloudy with 14-mile-an-hour winds.
That's just gross.
Is that the standard? Is that the standard San Francisco weather? You lived out on the West Coast.
The weather out there sucks. It's gorgeous. I would never live in San Francisco. I lived up in Washington, where Will is, and a little bit in Oregon.
What, you don't like a little poop on the street, a little smash window or so?
A little poop on the street.
Doesn't like a little poop on the sidewalk.
Who doesn't want poop on the sidewalk?
I mean,
hey, Morgan, how was your trip home?
It was good.
Nice. You had some good nights?
Yeah, I just spent it with my dad, really.
Pops.
Isn't that nice? That's
I talked to her about a couple of your nights. That was awesome.
Yeah.
She's 21 now, folks.
Yeah.
Man.
She gets to go out with dad in a different fashion. Go out and have a beer and talk about it.
And isn't that the ultimate goal for your daughter to be 21 and still think you're cool and love to hang out with you?
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's easy to do though. They all do. It's like you're past the transition of the what we call at Patriot Sports Radio being in the trenches. Eric, Will, myself, we're in the trenches right now. Coach is in the
doing
trenches. Doing battle. That is between about 11 and 15. About 11 until you hand them their first car key.
Right.
You are in the trenches you're getting shelled. It's bad out here.
It's been rough. We're taking fire this week.
Yeah, we're getting shelled. It's
sleeping in shifts.
It makes the Revolutionary War look like fucking child's play. So here we are. And then, but some of mine are on the other side. So I have a 16-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 23-year-old, all best friends.
Yeah.
Like nothing ever happened. Like just out of that, they blacked that memory gone. They were sweet. I was a dick, but I got better kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Just general terms. Reconstruction, manifest destiny. We're into that part now.
Nice.
9 and 5 right now for me, and I see the 11-year-old glimpses every once in a while with my daughter.
Is the 9-year-old your daughter?
Yeah.
Yep. You're starting to see tracer rounds come over the horizon.
You're getting dumber by the day, brother. You're about to become an idiot.
Like, fuck, is that a tank? Is that a tank?
You know,
yeah.
Right now things are still good, man. I am like Superman to them. You know what I mean? I am like, I play Roblox with them in the morning, and I do other stuff. They love the fact that crap, Daddy games with us. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yep.
Daddy's cool. You're doing it, even though we got everything shut off.
I'm a boy mom, so I went from like sword fighting and cool stuff to like, I don't know why I have to have a full on debate, or at least for a huge period of time I did every day, like down to like semantic word use, like singular, plural. Well, you said
we've got to make you dumber than us.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do that? Well, we will semantics your word to death.
Yeah.
To make you understand that we're smarter than you.
Yeah. I know some participate. I'm like, We're not doing that today.
We're not doing that today.
Oh no.
The trenches. We are on the trenches. Eric, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
That's Tuesday nights. Or
Yeah.
we record on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Elio, myself, and Eric are all on this show.
Yep. And this week we need to cut 3 of our opponent's players' points in half.
Ooh.
And
Sounds
I don't know, we're playing
complicated.
Elio, so we should win, right?
No, I'm not
We're
playing.
not playing Elio.
Is that next week?
If that's how connected.
We don't even know. We have no idea. They're shaking it up.
It all depends. I think
We don't know who we're playing each week to week. Right now, we're playing who, Elio?
You guys are playing.
We got Beans.
Beans.
I'm playing Team Ramrod.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Man,
There's some juggernauts, dude.
I spent a lot of money this week because I had no other choice. All my fab to try to like rebuild my whole team. So I'm hoping that matchups help me because it's ugly. My team is a lot better this week though. But again, you never know in fantasy football. You might get.
We got to hope to throw the right darts at the board.
Yep. We took a 15-point hit from Ramondre Stevenson. So we could have cut that in half. That would have been 7.5 points. I think we can get that elsewhere.
Still get value.
There's no shortage of good players on this team. Holy
No.
shit. Okay.
Frosty has a decent team. Mine is a little more of along the lines of my my speed here, but they still have they got Diggs. Diggs went for 23 on
as he does.
So, but not gonna.
All right, really quick, back to Morgan. Morgan,
Yes, get the weather.
anything crazy happen? Oh, go ahead,
I
Elio.
go to church, so I'll see you guys next week. All right.
All right.
Go confess everything we've done today.
Oh, I
Tell
have
the
to.
Lord we said what's up.
Yeah, tell them what up. And go, Pat, go.
Yeah, I'll play for the Packs and the Giants. All right, I'll do that. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Later.
Bye.
Morgan, what do you got going on? You got some collegiate commitments going on. You got mealtime coming up pretty soon, don't you? You don't wanna
At
miss that.
11.
Oh, you're good.
So, what's your week like at Briarcliff this week?
Cliff?
We're getting into finals week, so we have like a lot of projects due soon. So I'm just gonna work on those.
Nice.
Little Sunday projects, some
Yeah.
instrumental music. If I'm working on stuff, I have to have instrumental music. Can you listen to music with lyrics in it when you're working on schoolwork?
I listen to like podcasts.
Like Patriot
Whoa.
Sports Radio. Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Anything crazy with the weather that just made you outstand? Go, whoa, okay, that's going to make a difference.
Chicago's gonna have 23-mile-an-hour winds.
Ooh,
That
good.
sucks. So let's talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit. That changes the game.
Yeah. So now we have Aaron Rodgers with a bad hand and a rib injury trying to throw into a 23-mile-an-hour wind. I feel like Aaron Rodgers over a half interception might be a good bet today. Is that crazy? Is that crazy of me to say? I don't know. Who on the Bears can catch an interception, though? That's the question. I mean, I couldn't name one guy in their secondary right now. Eddie Jackson's not playing. Facebook user, would you start Mixon? He also has P. Ryan in case. Last thing I saw from Underdog on Twitter was that there's pessimism that Mixon will be able to play. So definitely keep an eye on that. Good thing you have P. Ryan. Because if Mixon doesn't, I think you can put P. Ryan right in there. He definitely.
So do you play Swift then or play Swift? That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough because Swift has been getting a little more work each week. Let's see what his usage has been recently. The last two games he's had 5 carries and 3 and then 8 targets. So that's encouraging. He went 4, 3, 3, 8 in targets. So
he's projected for
Jackson
10 points in my fantasy.
I think
today.
you go Swift just because isn't Chase coming back for the Bengals too? I feel like they're a little pass heavy.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to these positional matchups, click on running back, and find receiving yards. There's this lineups.com I found. Great website to find quick, concise information. So who's allowing the most receiving yards to running backs? Vegas, Seattle, Jacksonville, third. Jacksonville is allowing 47.8 receiving yards per game. 2 running backs. Let's go to since week 6 or 7. And Jacksonville is no longer. Yeah, they're improving. So, God, I'm not sure. What do you think, Will? You think that they're going to be throwing a lot in Cincinnati, and just fire up Swift? I mean, it's a big play waiting to happen.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be throwing a lot in Cincinnati. I'd roll with Swift. I mean, we were talking about how that game could be a high scoring anyway. So I mean, it seems like every Detroit game in Detroit is. So why not?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when in doubt, go to the total. Like, who else is going to be scoring points for the Lions? Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift is right up there. Unless they get on the goal line, then it's Jamal Williams' time. But yeah, Swift usage increasing, playing a worse opponent. I like it. We're in agreement. Heather says her 10-year-old is starting to cut those eyes at her, but the 3-year-old thinks I'm amazing, so that helps. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're a 20 feet tall superhero to a 3-year-old. You can basically do anything. Like, wait a
Boys
second. You turn that into waffles and they taste like cinnamon and vanilla? Holy shit. Is there anything this woman can't do?
Put a cape on her right now.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden when they're 12, it's like, get out of my room. Right. Like, what happened? Remember the waffles? No? Kids. Love the Packers jersey. Yeah. That thing's been good luck.
Cool. Stand up, model it.
If you click on the link, we can see who you are. We just get Facebook user over here.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Facebook user. That's a high-end jersey right there. Acme Packers. I love that color scheme. Most people don't like the old ones with the circle on it, but I love
those.
Yeah.
I love those.
Those are my favorite throwback jerseys. I don't know. They're from like the 1920s, something like that.
Nostalgically amazing.
Yeah.
So that was a big one, huh, Morgan? The 23-mile-an-hour wind in Chicago. That's going to be a deal. That's going to put Aaron Jones and Dillon maybe a few more carries.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones and I mean Justin Fields, David Montgomery. I was looking at some prop bets, surprise this morning, and I was looking at most rushing yards in the early games. David Montgomery's like plus 850. I mean, he could get a bunch of carries in a 23-mile-an-hour wind, and it's not like the Packers are stingy about giving up rushing yards.
Jesus, it's awful to watch.
Handed out 350 of them last week, like trick or treat candy. Oh, did you want to run for 20 yards? Well,
it's like Oprah was up in there.
Yeah,
you get 20 yards. You get 20 yards.
Handing out yardage like Will's giving away touchdowns in the Eagles game. Exactly.
Hey, there's some interesting line movement this morning that I was just looking at, going over our contest picks. Just real quick, the Minnesota line has come off of Minnesota -3. Now it's Minnesota -2.5, but it's juiced to -117. So money coming in on the Jets, money coming in on the Steelers. I know the Sharps have been all over the Falcons, but now this game is down to pick 'em and basically even money on the Steelers in that one. And then the Eagles, people keep putting money on the Titans. I don't get it. The Eagles are now -4, laying -115. So just a little bit of a line movement overnight and this morning.
Morgan, do you have any NFL allegiances? Do you have a favorite NFL team?
My family likes the Seahawks.
They're from Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like it. I'm coming around on Seattle. I used to hate them, back when they had a heated rivalry with the Packers, but now I just love what Pete Carroll's doing.
Yeah, do you guys love Pete Carroll?
Yes, I've gone from hate to love on Pete Carroll.
He's
all right,
awesome.
Morgan, we'll let you get working on your finals projects.
All
and
right.
don't forget to go have lunch, eat, hydrate, study up, make sure you rest. And we'll see you back here next week. Sound good?
All right. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Morgan. Have a great week.
You too.
I thought I saw Mason. Did I see Mason? There he is.
Mason is in the
Sean
house.
Watson or Mike White. A question I never imagined I'd be stressed about. That's what she said.
Damn.
Maybe
That's what she said.
What do you expect out of a guy who hasn't played in 2 years, Will?
I think if he's gonna come back and hasn't played in 2 years, what better way than in the stadium that he's played most of his career in? And granted, he'll be on the other locker room, but still, he knows that field, and against the worst defense in the league. Oh, and against the team that like kind of screwed everything up for him too. You could say it's his fault, their fault. There's bad blood there between both. So.
Yeah.
Hey, will you guys kind of explain a little bit what's going on up in the box of the stadium today?
Poke.
You might get into that a little bit.
There'll be 10 of his alleged victims who, as you pointed out yesterday, all signed the settlement agreements and everything that are going to be virtue signaling with one of their attorneys protesting against Deshaun Watson being back and out there playing. I said they allegedly put on a show for him. So now it's his turn to return the favor and put on a show for them and throw, at least one touchdown each, right?
I suppose.
The whole thing.
I don't know if there's time.
It is Houston.
How?
Houston
How does this happen? How do they even let it happen? Oh my god!
How did we get here?
I know. My head's gonna explode.
Well,
in 2022.
So dumb.
The NFL, when they suspended Watson, they didn't look at the schedule at all. They just randomly pick 11 games, noon.
Yeah, it's a standard. I've seen a lot of guys suspended for exactly 11
games, knowing that Cleveland had a bye, and then Cleveland's 12th game of the season was going to be in Houston. That was not planned at all. No.
They don't do this for ratings, people.
Of course not.
They put 10. Did you say 10 of his alleged victims?
Yeah, are going to be there.
Have they all went through civil cases? Has this all been gone through civil cases?
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at because there's new lawsuits that come out and whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a shit show.
Now that I think about it, the NFL
bullshit.
really played this perfectly. They've got everybody talking about it on the internet, but then on the TV, you can only see this game if you're in the exact Houston or Cleveland area. It's blacked out everywhere else.
The map, when you look at it on the map, when you show
it's crazy.
I'm like, oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah.
So they're not getting the TV ratings, but that doesn't matter because hashtag whatever is going to be on fire all day today.
How much do you think in red zone they're going to show it? I guess they have to show every touchdown, right? But
are they going to pan up there? Are they going to pan up to those girls?
They have no control of the camera, so
right. Well, they're showing the network, right? Each time.
Yeah.
I don't think there isn't a 15-minute extra cameraman meeting this morning before shit goes down. Right?
The red zone guys they're on it. If we're watching a game and they try to go to a commercial, they get us the fuck out of there. So I think if they start panning upward, they're gonna pull the pin. I don't think Scott Hansen's gonna address it. Is it Scott Hansen? Because I always worry I'm going to mix him up with the Catch a Predator dude. Don't they have very similar names? Or they both
like that. I think it's Scott Hansen. Let me see.
Not sure. But one guy shepherds me through multiple dozen-plus games on Sunday, and one guy serves as limited entertainment for a while. Like, hey, why don't you have a seat?
One of them has a storied career. The other one...
Dude, he's 51 years old. He doesn't look 51.
Do you think he says he stands there all 7 hours, does not use the bathroom? I think he's got some kind of, what's the word? I don't know, device underneath that desk that he
catheter.
Yeah, he's probably set up like a NASCAR driver.
I think just offset they got a urinal, and everyone just knows to look away.
Right? Make sure your sound is off before you let her rip.
Yeah. Like a live mic in a bathroom. Oh, Chris found the match. Look at this shit. I'm on fire today.
Look at that
thing. Yeah, the yellow is where you can see this game.
It's comical. It
is.
It's so comical. What's that? They're showing it in all of Texas?
No,
they're not.
No.
Parts of it.
Just a few counties.
Just a coastal area and those counties over there, they're probably 5 people per square mile?
Yeah.
That's where they sell extra beef jerky.
Could you imagine being in Texas and that, not that you probably care about the Houston Texans, but you couldn't get the game if you wanted and you're in the state?
You're going yourself.
I know they have Dallas and whatnot, but
goddamn look my Texans. And they're pissed.
Pardon me, what?
For this game. Do you think there's a man with just a suit in the locker room with a bag of money that we're gonna get a part 2 of Bounty Gate? Somebody just go out there and take this fucking guy's head off. Couple 100,000 little bonus. We'll call it a performance bonus or whatever at the end of the year.
We're gonna write that one down. We're gonna have to. That might come back. That could be a Ford Gold. Eric's clairvoyance.
Meghead69. I love that name.
Yeah.
They were thrown out of 2 courts in Houston. Yeah, this thing had to really.
Well, the criminal part was like it's all the civil that he settled, but the criminal part, two separate grand juries looked at it and could not find anything criminal because you know what happens. We all know what happened. They looked at it and said, "Listen, they knew what was going on when they were messaging in those Instagram messages. They knew what they both were signing up for over there. Yeah. One person probably found out that Deshaun had 20 other people and she got jealous, and so she started going off with stuff, and then the other girls are like, oh, there's a lawsuit, let's just jump aboard, and I'm gonna get canceled for that, so there we go.
No, that's real. That happens when you're an athlete. You have a target on your back. It's such bullshit, and it's crazy. And what are you gonna do? Because if you try to mouth off and fight that it didn't, although I'm sure all that stuff happened, whether it was consensual or not, that's what's up for debate or whatever, but it's crazy. Those guys have to be so careful. And if you don't give a shit, this is what happens.
Mason said, let's talk about the actual sports game instead of the side. The side shows half of it.
Heather's asking about David Njoku. I see he's listed out for week 13.
Yeah,
God bless.
I don't think he's out for the season, though. They would have put him on the IR.
He beat the Bucks last week, and then he's out. That guy. I mean, come on. He's hitting. I have him in fantasy, so he's hurting me twice. He's beating the Bucks last week. That hurts. And then now he's
a Bakhtiari of tight ends. Yeah. He doesn't play. He's a great tight end. He's just not available ever. Yep. So that's a huge part of fantasy, right? Stats, everything, how great the name is, but are they available? And Njoku's just not. And we had big hopes for him with Brissett at the helm.
Yeah.
Because he could have really turned him into a dude.
Brissett loves the tight end.
Yes. Yeah. Cowboys
he turned Jack Boyle into a relevant player.
A real, actual, startable fantasy tight end.
Yeah.
Cowboys or Chiefs defense today, Will?
Cowboys are playing the Colts. They're a 10.5 point favorite.
The Chiefs are playing their nemesis.
They're El Guapo.
I think you got to go. I think you got to go Dallas. But I did hear something that the Chiefs defense is a good defense to hang on to for the rest of the season.
Yeah, they got a nice playoff schedule.
But I would go Cowboys.
Will just got more Rumble followers after that stance, but I do agree. Yeah, probably. Meghead's back. He had a regular before COVID. Then the team sent these girls. Allegations came within a week of the trade request. And then we get rumors that the team was been providing the hotel rooms and the non-disclosure agreements. Why do you need an NDA for a massage, bro? Why did nobody pose the question? Why do you need an NDA for a massage, bro?
I don't know. Let's ask Robert Kraft.
He tried to just go to his spot.
You should write the policy on that.
But TMZ was there or something. Bob Kraft.
What to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
We got someone over on Rumble. Imaginary person says you need better fantasies.
Fantasy football is the best fantasies. Everything else gets you in trouble.
Exactly. Imagine having a DFS lineup with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts runs for 3 touchdowns and throws 2 more to AJ Brown. That's fantastic.
For each one was 100 yards.
Yeah, I mean that's up there with Kate Upton. I don't know which.
I'd
rather fantasize about.
I'm with Heavy. Will, I like the Cowboys defense today. I'm staying away from the Chiefs.
Yep.
Fading the Chiefs
for the time being. Steelers at Falcons. Falcons a 0.5 point favorite. Does that make sense to you, Will?
No, the Sharps, like I was saying earlier, the Sharps are all on the Falcons. They aren't buying into the Steelers. You know, one thing I read from a Sharp that I respect, he said, I don't see the Steelers on a short week getting back-to-back road wins. I'm sitting there thinking, I've said that all year long, and every time I go against someone back-to-back, we've said it on the show. Well, on the show, on the contest, we're like, oh, they're not going to get back-to-back wins, and it seems to just every week, every week someone's getting back-to-back wins. So I like the Steelers. I think the Steelers are trending up, and I think the Falcons. I mean, they're saying the Falcons believe that they can win the division. Maybe they do, but I don't see how they run on the Steelers defense. And with TJ Watt being back, that defense is just way different. Top 5. And Yeah.
Looking at the coaches, Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, who is more likely to get a locker room fired up for a week 13 game when you're under 500? I'm going to take Mike Tomlin. Heavy Steps says his dad, Heavy Steps Senior, has a theory.
Heaviest steps.
That long COVID has an impact on NFL offensive linemen this year. Is he crazy for thinking this? I don't think so. I think
we don't know.
Most guys, when they come back from COVID, have a dud game. I think it's just part of the process. I've been not betting on guys who are coming back from COVID.
Is it correlated to recently signing a big contract? Once you get that money secured, once you get that money secured, you're like, I got a few years.
Does Bakhtiari carry the $92 million in his pocket? Is that why his leg and his hip hurt?
It's weighing him down.
You're not supposed to do that. Did he convert it into gold bullion and just he carries it around in a brick?
He doesn't have long COVID. He has long comfort.
I understand crypto is a little up and down right now, but you don't have to convert to gold and keep it on your person, dude. I feel like that's hindering your ability to play football.
Long COVID and long comfort are two different things. Right. I get long comfort all the time. You you let me win a parlay for $1,000. I think I'm not going to go to work for like 6 months. Yeah, I've done it. I did it.
That's long. It's long.
Okay.
Yep. Hope.
Heavy says he's all over the Steelers today. Yep. What's our hey? Shout out our parlay really quick, Will. What's our big parlay for today?
Okay, we need some luck because we got some sharps against us. But 3 sides, 2 totals, parlayed all together, 5 picks. We got. Well, speaking of Deshaun Watson, we got the Browns minus 9.5. We got Philly minus 4.5. No, we don't have Philly. We have we have
the over in that game, right?
No, so we have the over in that game. So we have the Browns minus 8. We have Philly, Tennessee over 44. We have San Francisco, Miami over 46.5. We have Baltimore minus 9.5 and Minnesota minus 3.
I feel like that can come home. He talked me into it with the Kirk noon game. I came around on the Vikings.
Kirk Cousins, 1 o'clock at home.
That is his prime time. That's when
70% against the spread.
70%.
You know what's going to be the sweat when the first 4 legs hit, and then the last leg is that Miami San Francisco game. I'm going to be pacing in my living room, looking at the TV, just looking for touchdowns.
And then when we win it,
you like that? You like that?
That's right.
Yeah, it's happening today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll have you guys drinking that Kool-Aid.
We're week by week Kool-Aid flavors. Each week we could change flavors really quick.
Yeah.
We hit that. You were gonna be doing the you like that voice, and I'm gonna have a chain with my shirt off. Like
yeah.
We might have a Kirk Cousin action figure bobblehead of some sort on the table at that point. I don't see a lot of Kirk Cousin stuffs on Pristine Auction. I don't know how many autographs.
You know what I love about Heavy Steps is he's already coming in to next week 14 line.
If a guy goes down and he's like limping off the field, Heavy Steps' first move is, who are they playing next week? Let me bet on that team because this guy's hurt.
2 look ahead lines brought to you by the Heavy Steps.
Heavy Steps Incorporated.
Heavy Steps Incorporated and GameOn.locals.com. Lines to lock in early for next week. Pitt plus 4.5 and Tennessee minus 3.5. What do you think about that, Will?
I have no idea who they're playing.
I don't know who they're playing.
We haven't even we're not past that yet. Heavy's on top of shit.
Heavy
Steps Junior.
Oh man. Yeah, he says it, and then it piques my interest, and eventually I go look at it.
Yeah, he's usually got a point. That Dolphins at 49ers game, 49ers minus 4, total of 45.5. I mean,
did it move
these
down?
2 coaches are going to be showing off all their cool tricks they've been keeping in the bag. There's run plays, there's formations, there's screen passes that they haven't revealed all year. They've shown the exact same look, but not the play. I think we're going to see a couple long touchdowns that are just schemed up that the defense doesn't see coming.
Yeah, the total did come down. That's weird. I expected this total to go the other direction. I think this is all about San Francisco's defense. People are buying the hype in that, but 45.5. We bet it at 46.5. I thought it would go to like more towards 49.5, honestly, because I think that's what we're going to see in this game. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring. Because think about it. I mean, we're talking. If I told you it was a 27-24 game, would you be surprised?
No.
Like
Heavy,
No.
do you think they're going to score a lot though? That's I think it's going to be close too. But do we want to see it close to like 24-28?
Yeah, that works. I don't care.
24-27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work.
just
Both
need the over.
teams total touchdowns are set at 2.5.
See,
So there's 42 right there.
Yeah.
4.5. That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Most
this.
fun team to watch I've seen in a lot. Yeah, they are fun, Meg, for sure.
Minus the near death play. Yes.
Was this the game you were looking at? Both teams? Oh no, that was the
Philly.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the San Francisco Dolphins game, I found longest touchdown over 39.5 is minus 126. Both teams to score 19.5 is plus 109. You put those two together, you get plus 277.
Yeah, what's that one I sent you? It was like plus 230, and it was both teams, Tennessee and Philly, to score over 19.5 and Philly to win. And that's plus 230?
Don't even have to cover.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What else we got? What else we got out on the late window? Chiefs at Bengals. Minus 2.5.
Real quick.
Oh, I missed
hey,
that
Meg,
one.
hey, if you could tell me what's it like over on Twitch? I've never really seen it over on Twitch. I know we stream over there, but we don't get into Twitch.
I need to pull it up on Twitch too for you guys.
What if I pulled out some 2004 Splinter Cell and played it over on Twitch? Would people be into that? Watching me stealth around and take out Russian agents? I mean, I don't really play. I was talking.
Chris, do you want to see what it looks like on Twitch?
Yeah, I got it pulled up now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, I see what the kids are doing over there.
I was going to share the screen. I was going to share the screen, go a little Inception.
Little Inception.
Oh, where you see screens within screens within screens, like when you look in the side mirror at McDonald's. I wonder if McDonald's still has the double mirror bathrooms.
To Heavy Step's point, though, that I think Miami is going to be fine offensively, and the key reason why I like this over is Miami's defense has been giving up points, man. Didn't they just give up? Was it Miami that gave? Or was that Philly? Played the Packers, and the Packers got like 32. That was Philly, right? But Miami's been giving up points as well on defense. So I think it's gonna be a fun shootout.
Yeah, it's gonna be an entertaining game. That one, and flipping back and forth between that one and Chiefs Bay. Oh, look at Deshaun Watson. He is all business in his suit and aviators.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yes.
He's got a look on his face like he's looking to do damage today.
He does.
I don't like I don't like Houston today.
He's wearing sunglasses. He's hiding his eyes.
Unless I just saw a tarp covering the field in Santa Clara for the 49ers Dolphins game. So that could be a sloppy, gross one. Omar Ruiz is giving us the report from Levi Stadium right now. Maybe it'll be an old school, just run game. I wonder if these books have had the huevos to post over under rushing yards for these Miami and San Francisco backs. Just Jeff Wilson and Christian McCaffrey. No Jordan Mason props, huh? Cowards. You don't want to post Jordan Mason props because you want me to go to work on Monday. Okay, fine.
I love when you do that.
Bullshit.
If you're going to have a website that takes bets, don't be afraid when there's an injury and a backup comes in who might do well. Oh, no. What am I going to take? $200 from you on Jordan Mason? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Tops. Chargers at Raiders. That's the last one before the Sunday night game on the list. That one's going to be fun, too. But I'm just going to watch Red Zone for this late window. So it'll just take me from action to action to action. But why are the Raiders now a 2.5 point favorite?
I don't.
Oh, Mike Williams ruled out. I think that's the problem.
I think he was.
Oh, he was already?
Yeah, I think he
Keenan Allen is the one I'm thinking of who's playing.
Yeah. So I don't get this line, especially the fact people might say, well, what's the difference from taking +1 to +2.5? I'm like, well, from book standpoint, you've just made the teaser you're going to get hit with teasers now. Now they can tease that up to just a standard 6-point teaser, tease that up to 8.5.
Yeah.
So that tells you the books aren't afraid of that, because they must be having a lot of action coming in on the Raiders, which whoever's betting the Raiders with big money, you've got a set on you.
Did they just see the Josh Jacobs run in overtime, or he wasn't even supposed to play that game with a calf.
Yeah.
Now he put 5 more high-speed miles on the legs.
I'm glad he did 50 points on my fantasy team, but
not bad. That'll work out. See, that's something I'd love to fantasize about. 50 points on my fantasy football team.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing that we talked about this yesterday, the biggest thing in this game is I just can't back a team that went on the road and got their first 2 road wins, and both were overtime games. Like, it just feels like a flat spot in a divisional game where the Chargers have everything to play for.
Yeah. Well, Seattle really, really had to have that one last week. Gave up the 80-yard run to lose the game. Ouch. Ouch.
Myles Garrett has been a monster. The Houston punter is in for a workout, Meghead says. You're correct. That's 100% fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm a big Meghead guy. Meghead, great contributor today. I love it. Only thing
bookies are dictators. God bless. We're all Nazis.
They are. Those are
it's the Patriots versus the Nazis every week.
Yep. Just trying to take down this regime of bookmaking.
Fucking assholes.
And then every time we find an angle, they're like, nope, we're not accepting bets. Or like when people who bet a lot of money will sometimes post on Twitter that they're not even allowed to place $100 bet. It's like, come on. Why do you have that business then if you're not willing to take on the risk?
DraftKings is the worst. DraftKings limits sharps so much. I don't bet on there, but if I was able to, I probably would just stop, just because of that stuff is just ridiculous. And they come out and just tell you, we want dumb bets. We want not sharp people because they want to make money. I'm like, oh, those dirty bookies, man.
Yeah.
Dictators, Nazis. Raiders only win in OT this year. Yeah, they don't. That's right.
Yeah. What is that? Was that 2 overtime wins in a row for them?
Yeah.
You got to fade the hell out of a team like that.
Yeah.
They played over 2 games.
2.5 games, you said yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, 2
Heavy
games.
Steph says it should be a pick 'em with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heather, when is PSR betting 101? I understand more Chinese than what you guys are saying. Right? That's true. We need to do this. So,
yes.
So I think we'll hammer down a time. Maybe we'll try maybe Thursday. You think we could do one on Thursday?
I have a Christmas concert on Thursday.
Saturday.
Busy Thursday.
That is good.
Yeah, Saturday. Maybe we'll do one Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll just come on and do a 101.
Just so you guys know, Chris has been talking to John a little bit about that too. So it didn't go to the wayside. It's been working on.
Oh, talking behind the
Well,
scenes.
he's gonna do some he's gonna do some stuff on the financial end, the how to manage a bankroll.
Bankroll management.
Money management.
Boy, I just skimmed through that chapter. So
do it.
What?
I could probably use a refresher.
Why is this
on
important? Right.
Wait, so you're saying what? No, but this is a fucking sure thing. There's not even anything in there about sure things. That's an exception, right? Can you do it in Chinese so shells can follow?
Heather probably speaks 70 different languages.
Yeah.
We gotta get her to speak betting. Bookie. Yep. Speak bookie.
Bookie.
It's a different language.
Yep.
Well, it's been fun this morning. I got to bounce though. I hear little man awake, and I'm pretty sure the other little man's going to be up too. So,
yep. Oh, wow.
Best of luck, everyone, on betting. Let's go, Kirk and the Vikings, and all our other bets. And just know that I will be sweating out the over in the Miami-San Francisco game when all the other 100%. Legs hit. So.
Get somebody to take a video of that. I want to see you pacing.
Oh, I will. I'll record it. We'll get some content out of it.
He'll have the kids pacing too. Watch.
YouTube video.
That's nap time, and I might wake them up if we start getting some points.
Yep.
All right, get out of here, Dad.
All right, see you
Have
later.
a good one.
Bye.
Later.
I guess we've run through all the games. We've talked to all our guests. So we call it a day. This has been fun. Yet another good one. Elio stopping by. That was a nice surprise. Yeah. Waking and raking. We've waked. We've discussed. Now it's all raking rest of the day. All right, go make your waffles, tend to your children, do whatever you're going to do. Most of all, be good to each other. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heavy. Thank you, Meghead69, Mason, everybody else who contributed today. You guys are all part of the show, and we love it. Till then, which is next time, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.